thing, eh? And my question is to you guys doing the listen, why is that whenever we see red flags, instead of retreating, we run into the fire?
Or solving it before you move on to the
Yeah,
next
why?
stage.
Why do we do that? It's so unfortunate. Kelsons, would you do this?
I think I would want to talk over before, getting into marriage. You understand? I think that if the red flags are being seen from the beginning of the relationship or whilst they were courting, I think then you have to, talk about it, like have like a proper, conversation. You can dialogue together and make sure that, because women are emotional and we need to look at that as well. From that point. So if you can, dialogue, just like you said from the beginning, she said that she has this motive of not trusted, I don't trust.
I don't trust my
man. So, we can also look at what led to that in her past relationship, because the truth is, marriage doesn't, eliminate like, what do you call it? The problems or past traumas, it amplifies it. So, before you get into that, you can, talk about it. Or if now that they are into it, I think say they should, talk about it, have like a proper dialogue about it. That's what I can say.
So from this thing, we've been going back and forth. Do you think that as a country, as Ghanaians, as people who enter, do you think that we actually communicate, or we don't do that at all?
The thing is, you see, we don't communicate because of one, how we were brought up. It starts from home. Some people were brought up in a way, in a house where, when you even want to talk about your feelings, you are being shut down or something. So it starts from home. So the typical Ghanaian attitude is, bibi hana cry now, the besheni musa, but you also what must, and you could see from the man's point that maybe he hasn't tried to, talk about it from the very beginning. But I say, what's now anymore, and now like he can't anymore. So yeah.
Do you think there's a possibility that they can work it out?
I think everything is talkable, because you can't marry your enemy. I feel like there was some kind of connection from the beginning. There's love in there. So you guys can talk over. If it doesn't work, then everybody can go their separate ways. But I feel that the most important thing is to talk about things. They've come far, so and with the infidelity or whatever they call it, infertility.
Yeah, infertility. Yeah.
That one too, they can talk about it. Yeah.
You think it's workable?
It's workable.
We're live on Facebook.
Yeah.
Please share your thoughts with that. Infertility, the toxicity between the two of them. Yes, it can cause that because nobody's really interested in having something really sweet or interesting. Because if I'm fighting with you, how would I even make love to you? Charlie, I say, so definitely you have to connect first. But I want to hear your thoughts. 0548841039. We're live on Facebook. Kindly use the hashtag Candid on Hits FM. Winnie.
Well, I think at this point they need counseling. They need a third person to come in. I'm wondering whether in the 6 months of courtship there was counseling. Because if there were 3 red flags, he should have told us what the 3 red flags were. That has led to she not trusting him. At least he could have made us aware of one so that we know what to say. But if you saw the 3 red flags, yet still went ahead hoping, which is what most people do. You go in, you face issues in a relationship, go into marriage hoping that it will be solved. It will never be solved. It might even be worse. So in counseling, when all the questions are posed to you for you people to be honest to each other, that is when they'll leave you to decide. No counselor will tell you don't get married. They'll leave you to decide whether with all those red flags we still want to go ahead. You understand? Yeah. So, and I don't really know why and understand why the woman doesn't want to work.
That part.
He takes care of you. You are not working and you're not helping in the house chores. So, and he's taking sides with you when the family comes in. I think the counselor will help. Right now, the marriage can work. I believe it can work because the husband really loves her for doing all this for all those 2 years after 6 months of courtship. So there is hope. He shouldn't give up, but I think he should be more patient and loving.
No
With
patience.
things like this, you should love her the more, show her the affection. If for those 2 years you haven't cheated on her, please don't cheat on her. She thinks she can't trust you, but make her trust you. But what you need is counseling. You need a third person, someone to talk to her separately from the two of you to find out why she thinks what she thinks. Then the two of you come together, do your dialogue, and find out what you can do to help each other.
6 months. I've got things. If you with what you just said, is 6 months enough time to just date and then get married?
You can marry at any time. People see each other 24 hours and get married. Some use their gut instincts. Others get married and later on go for counseling. You understand? Marriage is workable depending on you, the individual. As a Christian, 1 Corinthians 13 talks about what love is. Love is patience, love is kind.
Yes.
Is long suffering, does not seek itself. So there are so many things that you get to know. There are some people, they are already matured. It could be that they've been mature till 40 or 50 and have met somebody and saying, this is the one. They've prepared all their life. So meeting the person with family, you just don't go. There are some who just go to the court and get married. But there are some who can marry within a week or two, a month, with family being involved, where family will do all the investigations. So where proper investigations are done by both families and they both come to the agreement that they should go ahead and marry, hallelujah, that's a blessing. It's marriage, decision on marriage and relationship is not based on a number of months. You can take decades to there are couples who get married for 60 years, 70 years and still get divorced. So it's not about how long the period is. It's about if you're meant to be. And for you to know if you're meant to be, it's on communication, how you can communicate. There are certain couples, they tell each other, no matter how we fight during the day, when we are going to bed, we make up. We don't quarrel till the following day. Every day is a fresh new day. So this is something easy. I doubt if he did counseling. Because if he had done counseling, I don't think he would have gotten to this fact.
But still again, this week, we've been talking about counseling. And I've gone back and forth. I've had my friends come to me and talk about the fact that, I like the fact that you guys keep bringing it up. That means with all the problems we're having, people don't do counseling.
I mean, if you're not a Christian, you can do secular counseling. There are people in the secular world who do secular counseling. If you don't want to hear Jesus, you don't want to hear God, they'll put the books into it and do the cycle
Analysis,
kind of counseling exactly with you for you to know if you're meant to be or not. Then if you're a Christian, you can still have the secular one and still have the church one. So you have two. Then after you are married, go and do posts. And have someone, a model couple you look up to. That every month or every 6 months or every year, you are accountable to the person. And the person knows the progress. And before you marry, whether it's a lady or a guy, the guy must have somebody he or she is accountable to. It might be the father or the mother or somebody maybe the boss or the pastor. Because if your man or your lady is not accountable to somebody, then that's dangerous. If nobody can command him, nobody can command her, then that's very dangerous. So in this instance, who can command the lady?
Yeah.
Is it the mother?
Parents? Yeah.
Is it the father? Or the pastor? So you go to that person
and speak to them. Wow.
Yeah.
It's very important. Like Winifred is saying that, you have somebody as a couple when you're married and stuff like that. You need someone that both of you are accountable to, that the other partner can speak to on when they're having issues with you to help resolve the problems in a relationship. It's also very important to have counseling. We keep reiterating it since Monday. We've been reiterating it as whether you do your church counseling or you speak to somebody who is just a regular counselor, marriage counselor, to help deal with these things. There are people to talk to, and there's nothing to be shy about. Crispy just joined us. I want to ask his thoughts about Kel songs. Wait, let me ask you. Do you have a girlfriend? Sometimes you can concern it. Let me ask.
I think when it comes.
You think what?
When it comes to things like that, I don't like to talk about it.
Why?
On radio, because it's private.
It's private.
Yes, so I don't even go there.
How do you build? But okay, fine. You don't want to talk about it, but how do you build trust in a relationship?
How do we build trust?
How do you?
Do I build? It's communicating. Yeah, you have to communicate to your partner. That's how you build trust.
You think it's just
No, and how you, I mean, it's not just communicating, but how you move, the things that you do is going to make the person trust you or not. You understand? Though sometimes, you can also do all the good things, but because of past traumas, the people or the person you're with might not believe what you're saying. You understand? So I feel like everything is communication and how you move. You let the person feel like, okay, look, I love you. You understand? I love you. Communicate well. Let the person have that feeling that that person is very important in your life. And that's how the person you can build trust. Yeah.
Wow. I like that. I think that's just being plain or honest with every situation. Crispy,
Hi, nah.
after bullying him, let me come to you.
You want to bully me? Oh,
No,
won't work.
I won't work with you, so I'm not trying to do that. Kel, dear, he's always, doing big sister things with me, big sister, big sister. So I thought he would succumb to this question, but yeah, he put his feet down. But this scenario, this whole situation, like you said, we see red flags, then we think it's carnival.
Yeah, it's a party. Let's go and jam. Red flags, in the
Yeah,
air.
yeah. So we are dancing.
Yeah.
This
Bugao,
situation,
flags. Yeah. That's what happened.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Carnival.
Yeah. You see, there are different parts of the story that it needs addressing, like different layers of it. First off, I'm glad that we still have men like myself who will not cheat during bad situations and will still stay loyal and true to their woman. Nadia, I don't know why
No,
the camera cannot see, but it's
there's
fine.
something in my nose.
So I commend I commend him for that. But you see, red flags these days, I don't really see them as universal. What might be a pet peeve to you will not be to Winifred. It may not be to Kel Songs, right? They tell you things about their partners. They're like, hey, if it was me, there, I would have left long ago.
Yeah.
But they can, keep up, manage, they can tolerate and all of that. Getting into relationships all the time, I always ask myself, what can I tolerate? What can I not tolerate? What do I think can change? What do I think cannot change? So if they fall within those pet peeves, I just break all of them down and get to understand that, okay, this one, in case it never changes, I can live with this for life.
Okay.
That is because obviously I'm dating to get married. If we don't get married, that's fine. But in the moment where we decide that we're going to get married, this particular behavior, it will be with this person for life. Can I deal with it? If I'm cool, we continue. But if I cannot, I need to make that conscious decision of saying, Charlie, I need to end it here. It's always, I've said this before, it's always about making that mature decision in time to prevent going beyond, that marriage limit where sometimes as Christians, we even feel like we don't have to divorce. God hates divorce. Families have come together now. Why you want to separate it? And even if they are kids, is an issue. Luckily, they don't have, any kids. So he can, consider that. I want to know why the lady is always fixated, and the fixation is on the ex.
Yeah.
Because the excuse is, I'm at work. But she thinks you are with your ex. Were you working with your ex before? Did she, catch you in some compromising situation with your ex at work? Or what really was the thing, and why is she fixated on this particular ex? It could be any other ex. But the way he says it means that it's
one person.
Exactly. So I want to know how it happened. Now, after that, like you ask Kel Songs, how do you build the trust? The person has caught you in a compromising situation. So they feel like, okay, this person, what they say to me moving forward, are they telling me the truth? Are they lying to me? You need, at that point in time, you are more or less like, I don't call you a slave, but you have to make sure this person is okay all the time. And if you cannot deal with it, again, you move. Counseling, I mean, we are all here trying to give advice, trying to help out. It's a form of counsel, right? But I feel like we all have our individual lives that we are living. Growing up, I had this couple in my church. I admire them still till today. They are still married, right? They're like a model couple. Banking industries for both of them, kids growing up nicely, beautiful house, like side gig. Everything is, you don't see anything wrong. And they are all serving in the house of the Lord. And I've always wanted to have a marriage like them because they're always smiling. But one time I asked myself, I don't know what goes on in their house. Okay, so if I have to pick someone like that as a role model that I would want to model my marriage after, am I going to now go to them and really ask them what really happens in marriage, not what people see on the outside? Because we look at that outside bit and we feel like marriage would always be nice. But we forget that when you go home, it's just the two of you. You are going to fight about a whole lot of things. You were raised differently, and so there's going to be disagreement. This particular disagreement, I don't know, the listeners can continue after here. The toilet seat thing.
Oh,
If the ladies want it down, the guys want it up. Because when we are peeing, we don't sit, right? And we don't want to soil the seat, so we raise the.
Even with that, you splash it everywhere.
No, but if you raise the toilet seat, when you come and the toilet seat is up, just put it down and do your thing. She won't
put
agree.
it down. You came to meet it down, so put it down.
You see, I didn't come and meet it down.
I just had a flashback. Sorry.
You see, so you would have petty disagreements like this, and for some people, it can cause a huge fight.
Yes.
Just because of a toilet seat.
The toothpaste.
Press it from the bottom. Some people press it from the middle.
Some people leave soap on the walls in the bathroom, and it's just nasty.
And after that, they won't even help, clean the bathroom when it is time. They'll just lay back. Especially the guys, I know. You bath and the soap is all over the place. Oh. When you are done, you leave the girl to come and wash.
They bath like ducklings, and then they leave water all over the floor. I'm having flashbacks.
So it's a whole, company on its own. It's a whole organization that demands a lot of work. It demands a lot of input. It demands a lot of conversations. But if you've gotten to the point where you don't have feelings for this woman anymore, the best thing to do is go your way. Let the person go their way. Because you're stringing someone along, I won't say for the fun of it. People are starting to tempt you outside. It looks nice to say, oh, I meet someone else, they give me a compliment. I'm like, okay, this person, can I think about it? Before, you wouldn't have done that. Now, you are doing it more so because you don't feel anything for your wife. You are in the family. You are together. Are you waiting for her to get pregnant before you now start thinking, what do we do? What do we do? At this point where you're having infertility issues, this is the best time for you to split. Honestly.
You think so?
I hate divorce. Hate is a strong word. But my experience, I would not want to divorce one day. But if I get to that point, I wouldn't say no to it. Because if you decide that I won't divorce, we'll work it out. We'll sort it out. You will not go for counseling. You will not separate a bit. You will not speak to other people just to make sure that the environment that both of you exist in is no longer toxic. Then just go so that everyone has their peace. Because you do that, you don't know, anything can happen moving forward. Anything can happen. So why stay there? You are hurting yourself. You are not okay. You are not happy. Your partner is not happy. And both of you are just there. No children, no entertainment, no nothing. This person will wake up, go do their thing. They are not accountable to each other anymore because obviously when they start talking, they will start fighting. So it's best to avoid conversations. Start sleeping in separate bedrooms. And you see, he's the sole breadwinner for the family. That alone, it would also give him some headache. Like, you, this woman, you are not even bringing anything to the house.
You show me no affection.
And we are still, why should I be pouring money into this thing all the time? It can give you certain thoughts and make you think about things that are not really existing, but it's because of the situation you are in. You feel like, Charlie, that's what's happening. So the best thing for him to do, now he has not cheated. He has not done anything with anyone, right? And from what he's saying, it looks like, again, he's not done anything. Maybe the woman is being hysterical and thinks that has trust issues and all of that. Please move. Give her peace.
But I like how both of them, Kelsongs and Winifred, were both talking about redemption. Is a possibility of communicating and getting things back on track, because he hasn't cheated, even though he's been tempted, and he's doing everything possible to keep everything in, sane. Yeah, maybe he made a few mistakes before they got married, and you don't think that there's a way to redeem it, because I feel like, I agree with them, I feel like if they sit down and have that room to talk, they can pick her because the lady still likes him, because if she didn't, she'd be gone by now. She still likes him, just that particular thing, she's still not over it, and she's not communicating properly. You don't think that there's redemption? There's no way they can salvage this situation?
There's always a way out of everything. There's always a way out. Alternate dispute resolution, ADR. If it exists, you can talk to people. It's all good, it's all well. But you don't even, the woman is not staying not because she loves this guy. There's possibilities. It could be that because she's not working, she's not providing for anything. If she leaves, where is she going? What is she going to do when she moves out? So sometimes, even women in abusive relationships, you're asking them, why are you still staying in the relationship? It is not because they enjoy the abuse. It's not because they feel like this guy is everything to me. No. When they leave, what are they going to do? Their whole lives have become dependent on someone else. They are now dependent on someone else. And so if I move out to be an independent person of my own with nothing to work with, how do I actually do it? This is my savior, quote unquote. So they will stay and decide that, okay, I will not go. But if it's about having conversations and redemption, it's always possible. They said it right. Speak to other people. Have someone this person is accountable to. If this person is misbehaving, they will definitely have someone that they respect so much. Most Christian homes is their bishop, their head pastor, their father at the mass. Like, it's always there. There's someone. It hurts me that it's always the pastors. I wish that the parents would be more involved in these things.
No, there's a reason why the parents are not involved, because they'll be emotional towards their child.
Thank you.
Okay,
Every
so
parent will support his child.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's very true. You see, but what we've been seeing most of the time, right? It's not about the objectiveness of the pastor. It's about the way this son or daughter sees the pastor as against the way they see their parents.
So now in counseling, you don't have to only go to a pastor or religious person.
Okay.
You can do anyone who is a counselor, professional counselor. It doesn't necessarily have to be a pastor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But in most Christian homes, they would want to. That's why I like your point about going to see maybe like a secular.
The reason why most Christian homes do that is because at the end of the day, the pastor will refer you back to the Bible. Even the pastor has issues at home. But when you read the Bible, that is when it will tell you what to do. You understand? So he will counsel on the Bible.
Makes sense. But for me, Mom, dear, like, sometimes I just wish we have conversations with each other, have conversations as families. Let's put everything down
Before we go to see.
before we go and see,
I don't agree with you there, because I've had situations where men don't like talking about their business anyway. So when you even want to talk to them about it, the moment you say, let's talk, they don't want to. They don't even open up to have those conversations. Then when you decide that you try, a few women say, I've tried so many times to get through to him. You don't get through to him. When you suggest that, let's go talk to this person, that one to, hey, you don't want to do again. You understand me? So it becomes difficult for men. Some men don't like people in their business. So it becomes difficult to cajole them or get them to where you want so that we can work things out. You get me? It becomes difficult for women. Some women too are like that, but majority, it seems like the men don't want to, I don't want people in our business, but you need the help.
That is why it's good in a relationship or before you settle. Find out who speaks, who he definitely there is somebody out there who he listens. If it's not the father, it could be the uncle. If it's not the uncle, it could be the mom. Find out and know, and make sure you are able to convince that person on you settling down. So if you go to that person in confidence of any issue, you can have the person to listen to you and to back you up. It's very important. If you don't have that, then please don't marry.
If you don't have it,
don't marry.
But I'm going to ask Kelson, 6 months, is it enough time to get married? In your opinion?
It doesn't matter.
Hey, that means I'm not school bound.
Like it doesn't matter. I mean, what I'll say is that in marriage, you see, it's not all rosy. So, no matter how long you date, you guys are definitely gonna have problems. That one there. And when you're dating, you see, you guys are not staying together. So is very, very different.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how long you guys date. You can date for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and still divorce in 6 months. You understand? So I feel like marriage is not rosy.
No.
Definitely. See, sometimes you what's the word to say? Fall out of love.
Yeah.
For you know, you have that feeling. It's not that feeling where we feel love and that emotional. You know, it's not gonna be there always. You understand? So we making it look like, I said, you have to feel some certain type of way. I don't
Every
feel
day.
that way. No, Charlie. If you want to work it out, you can talk it out. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Crispy. 6 months relationship. 3 months.
I wish I had a theologian to help. When after God made man on the 6th day and rested, right? I think there are two versions of the creation story. There's one where both were made at the same time, and there's another one where he saw man was lowly, and said, "Let me make a companion." How long were they together before that institute of marriage that God started came into
Why are you
existence?
bringing me there?
No, I'm asking you a
I
question.
don't know. I wasn't there.
And what the Bible said, they were just created.
You understand?
So, yeah.
No matter how you know someone,
Yeah.
issues can come up. The moment you feel like you know someone, now I know it. You've been there before. The moment you feel like I know this person now, then they show you another part of them. It's like, hey, where was this? You ask all the right questions. You observe very well. You open your eyes and you
Eye
see everything.
But
And you make your decision that, this is the right person for me. Next minute,
Hey.
they switch.
jump on TV.
I just understand that repercussions will come. The consequences will come for any decision.
Yeah.
Be man or woman enough to own the decision you have made and deal with the repercussions after that.
And even it's not how long you've been together, but there are some fundamental questions you need to ask yourself if you are going to get into it. If those basic fundamental questions are answered, the rest you'll be able to sail through.
So what questions are those? Some of them, like, let's say we are on our first date. I'm getting to know Winifred. You know, fun story. She actually sent me a birthday wish via email.
Oh no, Winifred does that. She sends everybody a birthday. When she's reminded, she will.
I was so surprised.
She will send you a birthday message.
Wow.
She will.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't forget anybody. She always does.
So we are on our first date.
Okay.
What questions
so
would you like to ask me?
Most of the questions are more like the first has to be about him or her. To the past. It's important to know what happened in the past, so that if there's a reoccurrence, you know what exactly to do. The third question will be about the future. There are some guys, they are very good in dating, but when it comes to marriage, it's a
They are
different
horrible.
game altogether. Then for the future, ask about the parents, other parental family issues. Just delve into it. Is there divorce in the family? Did the father divorce? Are the sisters divorced or the brothers divorced? That will let you know the trend. So that way, if you are getting into it, you, the woman, should have a long suffering, more patience, and an open heart.
Okay.
When he does something, just pretend as if you haven't seen it.
The family demon is pushing the divorce to your way, so you have to be patient.
Exactly. So these are basic questions you should ask.
The thing is, would he even tell you the truth? Or
No,
would she
if he
even tell you the
if
truth?
he doesn't tell okay, I would have said something, but currently it's a bit dangerous. They are saying that when you're dating, keep it out of social media.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would say that posting
And please.
and
clear
find
your
out
assets.
find out what is going on.
Dear people.
Especially when he doesn't
Whose
want to
is this?
open up.
Whose is this?
I saw that thing one time.
Me too. And then
They
somebody
posted
said,
me, is anybody dating this guy?
whoa.
Oh yeah.
If he's refusing to answer the questions, post him on social media or wish him happy birthday. When is his birthday? Just wish him happy
On the
birthday.
markets like that.
Exactly.
The market's place.
Open market.
Definitely somebody will come. Somebody who might be hitting will come and say, do you know him? Then the questions will start popping up.
Then you say, sis, check your DM. Hey, when they say, sis, check your DM, you know that you're in trouble. Let me open the phone lines. Kel, you wanted to say something. I realized.
I don't have anything to say.
Please, we are posting some. Fantastic. I think they should post fantastic and let's see. We are declaring our assets.
We destroy his career.
Alhaji Dobby and Malik Berry. 0302216568 0302216567. Your opinions are welcome. 0302216568, 0302216567, 0548841039. Shout outs to Sexy Na and Amazing Pandits. Please tell Kel Songs we need a freestyle before he leaves. That's coming from Abliku Manana Lace. Get busy.
Hey, Nana Lace.
That's
Nana.
my boo,
Let,
that's
let,
my
me,
boo.
let me give him his voice.
Wait.
Ablekuma. Nana Lace. Yo.
That's my baby. Dogbache Philemon says, honestly, for the first 5 years of marriage, it's real texting and shaking ground. It's a real testing and shaking ground. If you're able to overcome the weakness and temptations, you enjoy the rest. According to your delivery, you have to know that the lady passed through a lot in her previous relationships and made her have trust issues. Please let the elders dig through her, counsel her for the better, for the future of your relationship, because divorce is not a good choice after 2 years in a marriage. More of a God hates divorce. Okay. This one said, this from Kwabna Dams will say, you and Kasa, you have your own problems. You saw red flags and you still overlook the Charlie. Marriage is a journey. If not completed, then not worth it. But for the infertility, visit somewhere, something here about to dance woman to get it fixed. Only if you still want to continue with this woman. If not, Charlie, please part ways. Frankie Tobobo says, find a job that will fetch her money and she won't get time to even think about such nonsense. Idleness causes a lot of drama. Hey, Frank. It's true. If you have a lot of things on your hands, a guy gets her a job to do, and somehow issues of this will reduce. Okay. Stylish says the lady just entered the relationship with a trauma she had never healed from, and the man shouldn't have ignored the red flags, because red leaves can never turn green. He should run for his life. I like that statement. Red leaves can never turn green.
That's because you're in Ghana, so you don't experience the change in weather. That's why.
Bros, when they become red, they fall down.
Winter, there's autumn, there's spring, there's summer. Red leaves turn green all the time.
Yellow all day inside.
Yellow day inside. You think Ghana is red?
CBC trouble. Kwame Soba said, this is one of the things I've been meditating. The acts that keep bond or relationship together are always hell. Lady complains of her chores physically, psychologically from late staff to make it feel like she's been enslaved or oppressed, but will never complain about the dehydration of money from the partner's pockets to get her personal stuff. He should just divorce her. She isn't ready to do the stuff and bond with their relationship. Okay. Sorry. Richie Nanaya Otre says, if we were to advise him not to marry at his early age, he will say we are jealous of him. Must have go through everything.
That's a factor.
The age is not a problem.
No.
There are people who get
married at
married.
30, come on.
There are people who marry 30 years. There are people who marry 25. There are
Yeah.
people who marry 20. So the age is not. It's about maturity. Are you ready for it?
Bra Richard.
Don't marry at 30. Don't do that.
Bra Richard, good afternoon to you, sir. 0302216568, 0302216567, 0548841039, 0302216568, 0302216567. Please give me a call. I want to hear your thoughts. Bra Richard, Nana Tripacho, your child, why? Hey, Charlie, thank you, real. Kwame Fafanya says that's why they always say prevention is better than cure. My brother, the truth here are drugs for sickness. But you see, things like this, when it comes to character and attitude, there's no medicine than cured. Stop overlooking things in relationships, thinking people will change when you're married. Anyway, if you think you can't deal with it anymore, you have the option to divorce. Thank you. Desmond Asari said the sad truth here is her job. She'll cheat. Listen to this. So guys, the sad truth is if she finds a job, she'll cheat. Then you can let her go. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Is that the truth?
No, it's not.
So,
Oh, wow.
It's not.
Wow. Let's see. Let me play this voice note again. Because I still have a problem. I think that he did something with the eggs. That's why. He keeps asking about the eggs.
I am 32, married for 2 years and desperately seeking advice. During our 6 months courtship, I overlooked some red flags, assuming marriage would change things. Unfortunately, my wife's behaviors have worsened. Now, trust issue dominates our relationship. She doubts my fidelity, thinking I'm with my ex when I'm at work, but repeated explanations falls on deaf ears. Now, her mantra is, I don't trust my man. So then I ask, Why did she marry me if trust issues was already there? She is currently not working, so I provide for all her needs, yet she doesn't contribute to household chores without constant reminders, and our quarrels are frequent. We've struggled with infidelity, and I believe our toxic relationship is a factor. I always defend her against our family's criticisms, but she knows and shows me no affection. Honestly, I have lost feelings for her. Outside attraction now tempt me, but I refuse to cheat on her. Now, please, panelists and listeners, offer guidance. How can I salvage this marriage or know when to move on? Please help me.
And that's what we're discussing. 0302 216568, 0302 216567, 0302 216568, 0302 216567, 0548 841039. Charlie. Relationship is not easy. Even HR card, they find it difficult to manage with the human beings that they work with. Someone who says if she finds a job, should cheat. Desmond Kwame Tega says, you should have noticed this way before you guys got married. Such people never change. It's always your fault one way or the other. They never take responsibility for their own actions. However, it's not too late to start over again. No loss is worth more than your peace of mind. Good luck, my man. Susanna says, seek for advice from her parents and see. If her parents support her behavior, then know that's how they trained her, and let her remain in the marriage without complaining and see if she will change or not. If she doesn't change, then man, move on. Getting not wanting no get. Yao Sedi says, you rush, Charlie. Some of these ones carry agenda they walk. There's something behind the scenes you should find out. This one says, please seek counseling. If she doesn't change to that, then kindly quit and focus on your life. That's coming from Francis Kelly Marker. Why is everybody these days just giving up on relationships?
People don't want to heal before getting into new ones. So
we've been saying this for a while. People are bleeding everywhere, and then they are bleeding on other people.
The thing by jumping into the next one and having the love and the sharing will heal for the past. But it's just quick fixes. After a period, it's either it becomes repetitive again with the last one, or the backlog will hit you like that. Then that's where people should just pause for a minute.
See,
sometimes it's good to separate even in a relationship and do the checks and balances to know whether you're on the right path and get back together again.
So let me ask you guys, if you have a bad relationship and it you end up on a bad note, how long should it take for you to take a break from? Should you take a break from a relationship? How long should it take so that you can recover and heal? How long?
I don't think if anybody tells you 6 months, 2 years, or 1 year, somebody can take a whole lifetime. It will never heal. It depends on the process. So counseling is important. Some people will just take you through some rudiments. Some questions will be asked. Some people do psychological healing and everything, in breathing, and so go through all those things and just separate yourself from a relationship for a while. If you know that you were doing the do and you got pregnant, so you were doing the do and the person was doing the do with other people, then the next one, don't do any do. Just keep yourself from doing the do. So
and they're doing the do, she means cells.
Sex, yes. Sex in a relationship.
Okay.
So you need to find out and always assess the relationship. Do you know what? It's good to, when you're in a relationship, take stock of everything that you do. Get a small diary or notebook or maybe your calendar. Shorten every single thing you do and meet, so that when there's a break off, sit down, analyze everything, where you went wrong, where he went wrong. Go and see the counselor and open up. Sometimes you might not, like for me, instance, my first marriage proposal was the age of 20 years. My mom looked at me and said, "You're not ready."
Mm-hmm.
In some way, somehow, I quit after 6 months. I didn't get married. When the next marriage proposal came, she said, "You're not ready." She told me. And I believe my mom, because if you don't listen to her, you go and come back.
Mm-hmm.
She knows you better than you know yourself. So for me, I listen. My dad is late, 5 years now. It's my mom I listen to. If it's not my mom, my siblings. They know me better than anybody else. If it's not them, where you work, your colleagues, listen to them because they see things you do.
Yeah.
So most of the time, listen to yourself, listen to people and take decisions. You could be with somebody and the person might be doing things you don't know. Somebody might have seen the person here and there and will question you, who is that person? Oh, that's my friend. Meanwhile, the person knows is seeing the person somewhere else with a different lady.
Yeah.
You're hiding it. At the end of the day, you've gotten hurt.
Wow, would you, Gigi?
Yeah.
Yeah. JJ Ray J. Yeah. Me, this one, it goes to the Gen Zs. Oh, yes. A lot of them are hiding their
Relationship,
emotions with
yeah.
humor. Not the relationship.
Their emotions.
Their emotions. You see, we should be ready to deal with certain traumas that may have even happened during our childhood, right? Sometimes they start showing up and showing signs when you are in a full-blown relationship. And this person is wondering, I thought this person was like this. Where is this coming from? And it's all innate. When they are showing it, it's like that's their natural self. But not knowing there's something from way back. And when you try getting into it, they'll block you right now. A lot of people do that. They are not ready to talk. They are not ready to open up. They are not ready to share anything. And I get it because, yes, you share something with your friend. Tomorrow it's here. Today it's here. But when you see someone who is professional and you're having regular conversations with the person, at least once a week. We all know we are not without faults, but see a professional, a therapist, a counselor, share your deep innermost part of yourself with this person, and you may have solutions. You are definitely going to find some help, because keeping to yourself, allowing people to, be punished for someone else's wrongs is not good.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. Girl, you got something to say before
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, you don't have anything.
I'll say that most people are as a result of their upbringing.
Yeah.
Their upbringing and the background of the family. You understand? There are some people, they might not like talking. They hold and become emotional. They don't open up. So they hold, and before you realize, they explode and fight. So there are some families, they are fighters. There are some families, they are talkatives. So even if he's introduced you or she's not introduced you, find out something about the person. Maybe the person, for me, sometimes I can talk with a low tone. Sometimes I can raise my voice. It's not my fault. My mom is like that. So if you don't know, you might think, oh, this girl is arrogant, but I'm not. I might have a low tone and my voice will be very, very small. Then I've been told that increase your voice. So maybe I might be quiet for 30 minutes. Then when I start talking, I have a high peak. You might not understand. I've been quiet for 30 minutes. Let me raise my voice.
But I understand, and thank you guys so much. I think we need to work on those things. If you're in a relationship, you want it to go far, and you realize that there's certain things you can't manage or handle, you have to sit down and reassess everything. We should take more accountability for being in relationships nowadays. Do more, and then it's not a bad idea to seek counseling, whether you're single or not. You've been hurt before. There's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with going for therapy, seeing a psychologist. Doesn't mean you're mad. You just need someone to talk to. Because like you said, if you hoard everything, you might explode and be fighting, or you might explode and to go the other way. That's one that you be, insulting everybody, and you're actually walking on the street half naked and everything. Yeah, because we're human beings, and there should be an outlet for all the things that we go through. We all go through it. So just please, let's not hoard things. You understand me? If you see something you're not happy with, you do what? Walk away. Thank you guys so much for your time. Winifred, I don't take this for granted, girl. I owe you lunch. I need to take you to lunch, girl. And thank you so much for the facts, the ideas, the thoughts, all that you're pouring into us. I'm really grateful for that. Crispy.
I hold her accountable for the lunch, okay?
Dude, you just want to go to lunch. Do you want to come with us?
It's for her.
Do you want to come along?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
Let me get to